Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Vance here, and welcome to a ship review. Now today we are taking a look at the Anvil Arrow. Now this has actually been out for around about 4 weeks now. When it originally came out, it did have some flight issues. Now it seems to be working very, very well. So let's take a look around. We talk about the Arrow, some of the key points of the ship. Well, clearly you can see the first thing is obviously the fold down wings. It's supposed to have advanced maneuver thrusters. Do you notice a difference at the moment? I'm going to say yeah. When taking off and landing and moving, strafing, it's so quick and agile, sort of makes sense really. And you'll soon see when I fly it in a bit, when I take off, it just zooms off the floor. Compared to the Gladius has a sort of, well, it definitely does have a better weapon loadout. You can get size 3s on this. It's got size 2, I think it's size 2 Gatlings and size 1 on the top. But you can swap them out for fixed, do what you want to do. It is a light fighter. Let's take a look at the front. Very, very small as well. I mean, compared to the Gladius, this is much smaller as well. I should imagine it's going to be very, very, very good at atmospheric flight as well. But the Gladius is going to be pretty decent as well. The fold down wings are going to make a big difference here, particularly if you're carrying this on another ship. Although you may be able to get your Gladius in there, wherever the wingtips end, although the width will fit, let's just say the wings come over to here, are you actually going to be able to maneuver around the ship? Also, it makes it a lot safer, I suppose faster as well, taking off and landing when you do have the fold down wings because you're smaller. So you can come in hotter and fly out probably faster as well if you align yourself correctly. Comes with some decent missiles as well, variety of, has all the countermeasures as normal. You can see that engine there, the engine is almost as big as the blooming ship, isn't it? I actually really like this, it's a nice design, quite impressive. Landing legs all fold up inside of itself as well, so there's no legs hanging down. Let's go around and look on the light side, eh? Quite big maneuver thrusters as well. If you look at some of the other ships, the difference with these ones, they actually rotate on an axis. You see when I get in it, they actually move up and down. Different directions. Supposedly better maneuverability. You do notice it. Once again, the fast takeoff and landings could be to do with the size. Either way, it is a nippy little ship. You can see the gun on the top there as well. Nice vents coming in the front there. Some nice size Gatling guns. How do I think you fare out against a Hornet or something bigger? Although, yeah, you might struggle. You might have to put the bigger weapons on, I should imagine. But once again, the maneuverability and the speed of this thing is so fast. It's close to the M50. Obviously, it's not as fast, but it's that similar sort of feeling of flight, and I really like the M50. This is definitely enjoyable to fly. I do prefer the sort of lighter fighters because of the maneuverability. The Hornet's a bit too heavy for me. Although it's a fantastic ship, clearly it's a very strong ship as well. Let's take a look inside. Few options here. Handy for getting out, doing small missions, always handy. Weird that the ladder don't go further down than that, isn't it? You would have thought it would have gone down to the floor. Did make a funny noise there, didn't I, when I did that? The first thing I noticed when I jumped in this, I think we can actually, oh, it closes anyway. It's this weird thing here, it's weird, isn't it? Sort of that thing there is projecting the display. I thought that was pretty cool, although it don't quite fit quite right. Be nice to, for them to get that to fit a little bit better. Interior, it's quite a flat display, isn't it? It's not built round you. Pretty much totally flat, and if I let go, pretty good view, eh? Probably prefer the flatter displays because you're looking flat on. I suppose you could argue that if that was angled out, it's more flatter towards your head. But everything looks very tidy inside, very sharp. Very, very nice, isn't it? They do have these pillars here, but you can look quite far around actually. Visibility down. Overall, I think if you're flying and use this top canopy to your advantage, probably better off not flying with the target down and always flying with up, so that way then you can always see the target, eh? But compared to some of the other fighters, oh, he's pretty decent, eh?
Engines online.
Power-up sounds are pretty cool, aren't they? Oh, look how quick it takes off. You just tap in, it's like rockets up, doesn't it? Yeah, like I said, it is very, very quick taking off. I mean, if I just press... I mean, if you've flown a lot of the other ships, you know what I mean? You can land very quickly in this. Does not hang around. Let's have a quick look on the outside. Looks friggin' cool as well, doesn't it? Can't see the maneuver thrusters yet. We'll go between the landing modes so you can take a look as well. I like the way that when the wings go up, that wobble's pretty cool, isn't it? The fact that they've gone to that sort of detail. They could have just made that a flat animation. And if you actually look at the front and the rear wing as they go down, look. They go down, and I suppose what's actually happening there is the wings are going up. They wobble at the top because there's no locking pin, right? So they're just sitting at the top. And then when they go down, that last animation is the locking pins locking the wings in place. Pretty cool, eh? That someone's thought of that. Very, very triangle shape, isn't it? Let's jump back inside. Now, maneuverability. This thing is absolutely nuts. Good top speed as well, so you're doing over 1200, very, very fast, so you're going to outrun pretty much, I'm going to say majority of ships really. Turning is pretty much instant really. Rolls are pretty crazy. The difference as well with some of these ships that maneuver really well and got great maneuverability is when you actually do the roll and you actually stop, the onboard computer stops the roll and it almost dead center when you let go, look. Well, nearly, if I just pressed it a bit longer. Where a lot of the other ships, when you do that roll, you do get drift a little bit, so you have to sort of cancel quite near the end. When you fly this, you do feel like you're really in control of the ship, very similar to like the M50, and that's sort of why I like it really. The fact that it's got great maneuverability. Most of the things you're doing now, probably in the next 2 years, are going to be doing missions and stuff like that. You can evade easily in this. The IR output is extremely low because of the physical size. I think it's even smaller than some of the other starter ships. Probably see this as maybe something like a entry-level fighter, I suppose, a very small fighter, but with great maneuverability. And as you sort of step up, and there's no way out of this, obviously once you sort of start stepping up to some of them bigger ships, the problem you're going to face anyway is maneuverability is clearly going to go down because they're going to be bigger ships. This could be your favourite and your perfect ship on the basis that what you're looking for is something that manoeuvres absolutely fantastically and has a pretty decent firepower as well. Why would you pick it over the Gladius? The Gladius is bigger. You don't have any cargo in this as well, so obviously sole fighter. I actually sort of prefer this for manoeuvrability and darting about, and I've always been a fan of the canopies as well for ease of access when you're doing the missions, so it's got a mix of canopy and the steps. The only downside I would say is probably quantum fuel is extremely low, so this is going to be a very, very short range, or maybe deploy it from another ship. I like the fact that you have the ability to fold down the wings, like I said, because now you can fly in and land in a ship quite quickly. So the advantage of this as well is you can go in and attack something, and if it's not going your way, you can get away in this, where with a lot of the other fighters, once you go in and you're committed, you've committed basically. I mean, trying to get away is going to be quite difficult. You do suffer with a little bit of, not a massive amount, a little bit of blackout. It's not terrible, but the time to pick up speed is really good as well. And that's the other thing with a lot of the bigger ships. When you do a manoeuvre like that at full turn, the time that it takes to actually get up to that top speed, you know, that 12.35 is blooming forever. With this thing, you can pull a move off like that and get straight up to that speed pretty quickly. And you can do the old constab thing as well if you want to do that. But overall, what a fantastic little cool little ship, eh? This would be great if you've got a bigger ship and you want to have some roof on your ship as well and plonk this on it. Pretty decent. Also, it's probably a good ship to have for the next couple of years just to do missions, combat missions, and fly around in Star Citizen and do some of the missions as well. So overall, pretty impressed with this. I do like it. Definitely one for bopping about for the next couple of years. And maybe this could be your playing style as well. So the last thing today, if you're looking to join a Star Citizen organisation, check out the link in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed the video. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.